Hey,
Yeah.
hey, hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey.
How are
Yes.
you?
Thanks, Donnie. Thanks, Umu. All right. So, right. All right. We're jumping right in. So, thank you. First of all, thank you for joining the home inspection. Oh, Quentin's here. Thank you for joining the home inspection. Oh, Georgie. Conversation. That was great, right?
Yeah, it was. It was. My pleasure. I enjoyed.
Yeah, we was zipping right through it. Oh, come
I
on.
agree. I wasn't on the whole time, but yes, what I did see was really good.
All right. So I had to call you next. For saying yes, like you're very like on it. I told you like yesterday when we was going over, like we did a deal in like August and I ain't had no trouble. It was like boom boom boom. I ain't have to hunt you down. You can't
That's the goal, to make it as seamless as possible.
Yes, please. So I was just like, yes, I will add them to the list. Like I only have a handful of people that I really like to work with, or I'll just refer you out to. So yeah, let's have this conversation about Spring Garden Lending, what they offer, why choose Spring Garden Listing, what does it look like to get like hard money lending? Like, I just want to know.
Okay. All right. I'll just start talking and then you might have to remind me about certain things that I need to answer.
Yeah, and if there's I'll just, we'll just go through that and just try to be, as informative and helpful to the people that are here this evening.
All right. Hello, everyone. So for those who don't know me or know of Spring Garden Lending, we're a private lender with our main office being right at 10th and Spring Garden. So we're local to Philly. We open an office in Baltimore and then another one in DC. And more recently, we opened one in Lancaster, which services the Lancaster-Harrisburg area. But again, our main office is in Philadelphia. So we do deals in Philly, parts of New Jersey, and then Delaware. We like to say we're somewhere between a bank and a hard money lender. We don't consider ourselves a true hard money lender, but clearly we're not a bank. Our rates are higher than a bank, but lower than your typical hard money lender. So where they're charging maybe 12%, we're charging between 8 to 10%. So our rates are 8.75 to 10%. So our rates are definitely lower in terms of the fees and the points. We're always upfront with everything that we charge. Our fees, our origination fee right now is between 2.5% to 3%. If you're doing one of the smaller deals, so under 100,000, we'll charge a flat fee of 3,000. There's no like hidden cost upfront. From the first day we do a call, I'll tell you you'll have to pay for an appraisal. That's the only fee that we collect up front. And that's because once you decide, hey, I'm ready to move forward with this deal, the appraiser needs to be paid once they go out. So that's the only fee that we actually collect up front. And that's that appraisal fee. There's no hidden application fee or any of that. Go ahead.
How much is the appraisal fee?
So it varies. For a single family, you're looking between $475 and $500. And then for a multi 2 units, you're looking at around $650. But again, it varies based on the appraiser and the number of units.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha. Again, there's no kind of like application fee. There is a loan processing fee, and this is paid once the appraisal is done, the loan is approved, we're ready to go to closing, to prepare the loan documents and do any kind of miscellaneous search. That fee covers that, and that fee is $1,200. So once we get to the closing table, there's no surprises. What I tell you from at the start is actually what it is. And yeah, that's really it.
So we just went over the first half. So I like that you said that you're somewhere between a bank and a hard money lender. You just expanded to like Lancaster and you work in Harrisburg too, but your main office is in Philadelphia. Your rates are kind of hovering around 8.75 to 10%, but that, fluctuates as the market fluctuates as well. You pride yourself on no hidden costs. And appraisal's value compared to a single family home at 475 675 compared to a multifamily at like 650, but that varies also.
Yes.
So that's the beginning, and then we went over what does it look like when you go under contract and like the HUD. So after like the buyer closes, what's the process after that? Like you check on the house, so like say someone was doing like a fix and flip. What's the after repair? Like how is spring guarding involved after someone closes?
So after the deal closes, so we'll only fund 75% towards the acquisition. So the client does have to bring some money to the closing table. And then we hold on to the construction, the amount for the construction budget. So that's not funded at closing. That's funded in draws. So after closing, we're still in communication with the client because they have to reach out to me to let me know how the project is going. And once they're ready for a draw, they'll send me over their draw request. And at that point, I will reach out to the inspector and have him meet the client at the property. Unless they have a lockbox, then he'll go in. But usually they meet the inspector at the property to go over whatever they're requesting funding for. Once the inspector approves those funds, then we'll wire it out to the client within a day or two.
Okay. So you go through the draws, and then do you have to pay for someone to come out and do the draws?
Mm-hmm. So there is a draw fee, and again, this is all disclosed up front. The draw fee is $350. So each time the inspector goes out, there's that fee. So I usually tell my clients, like, we're not going to put a limit on the number of draws that you can do, but you want to limit it so you're not paying this fee often, because that's cutting into your profit.
Right. You need to make it efficient. So you need to get as much done as you can possibly could, and then have the person come out to do the appraiser come out to verify the work, and then do the draws.
Yes. And go ahead.
I was complete. I was just like, that is a process, and I'm getting clearer more on like what does it look like to be an investor in Philly, and some of the things that I need to look forward to and to educate the clients on that process.
Definitely. And someone asked a question: do any of these terms change based on experience? So the only thing that really changes is the LTV. If you're a first-time borrower investor, then yes, we're going to offer a lower LTV than what we would offer to someone who has experience. Once you've got a couple projects under your belt, then yes, you'll get the same terms as a client would experience. And again, the only thing that really changes is the LTV. We're more conservative if it's a new client, a new investor versus someone who's seasoned.
Okay, good question. LTV is loan to value.
Yes.
Okay, good question, and I thank you. Woohoo! The change turns based on experience. So like you'll say like maybe like 3 properties maybe is experience?
So even one, once you've got your first one under your belt, then that's experience.
Okay, got it. Okay, got it. You ask that in like the application process.
So yeah, usually if a client calls me or send me an email, this is one of the first questions I ask, because I don't want to tell them we'll lend you 75%, when in actuality we can only lend 65 or 70. So yeah, I do ask that up front.
Okay, that's perfect. Yes, who's Rare Breed? Do you know them?
Yes, that's one of my clients. Hey guys.
Good. No, tell me what makes her so great. No, I love your efficiency. And you're dropping like a lot of like knowledge here, and I'm doing my best to retain it all. Any terms or changes based on experience. So that was a good one. Where else can we look for something that people wouldn't expect? That's something to look forward to. Like, what's a question that people should ask you that they don't ask you?
That's a good one. I mean, I can't really think of a question, but I know a lot of things. One of the things that surprises people when they call is the interest reserve account. So we actually require an interest reserve account. And this is because during rehab, you're only paying interest on whatever money is outstanding each month. Instead of us sending out a monthly statement requesting payment, we have this account which is funded at closing. Sometimes we could include that as part of the loan amount, so it's funded from the loan. Other times it's just part of the equity that the client has to bring to the table, and that account is funded. We call it interest reserve, but it's kind of like an escrow account. And
Okay.
each month your payment, your monthly interest payment is pulled from that account. So I think sometimes clients doesn't really expect the interest reserve. I don't know how many other lenders request or require an interest reserve to be funded, but that's definitely one of the things that we require.
Okay, that's good. You, see, that was a good one. I pulled that right out of you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes why did you choose Spring Garden? Like, I know there's like other like hard money lenders in the city, but what makes Spring Garden, great? Why did you choose to work with them?
Are you asking me that, or?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, like,
So Spring Garden, so before Spring Garden was Spring Garden Lending, our CEO had started Valley Green Bank, and I worked for Valley Green Bank. So it was kind of like a transition. Again, it's a family unit, but what makes it great for an investor is that we're very upfront. We know what we're doing. We're local to the area. We're fast. I consider us fast, efficient. Just some of the things, I guess, that makes us great. And our rates are good.
Because now I got an insight of like, so you used to work in banking.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, oh, that's why so you can see like kind of the best of both worlds, because you were like, oh, it's somewhere between a bank and a hard money lender. And I was like, oh, okay, well, she knows because she used to work in a bank. So yeah. Putting the pieces together, okay?
Yeah, all our lenders worked in the banking industry before.
Okay, that works.
Yep.
No, it gives you a sort of like diversity. It gives you like a sort of different understanding of what's there. Oh my God.
Exactly. Like, we didn't just appear overnight and like, all right, we're going to start lending money. Like, we actually know what we're doing.
Oh, that's perfect. So I just want to thank everyone that's here. I have some of my first time home buyers here. I have people that already like used your services, Renee. There's people that are looking forward to using your services. So that's perfect. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that you want to be acknowledged for?
The tough questions. No, I mean, I honestly just look forward to helping clients, especially like new investors, get to where they need to be. So that's really it.
Okay. So, okay, that's simple.
Yeah.
That works for me. So Renee, I want to acknowledge you for helping people achieve their real estate goals.
Uh-huh.
Helping, investors, for educating the investors, for being efficient with people, like even telling us about the escrow funding is different, and you're upfront about it,
Yeah.
And you're present, like even like having this conversation, like you make yourself available to be of service to people. So I do want to acknowledge you for that. You got it?
Yep. Thank you.
Got it. What type of deals are attractive from your perspective?
So, I mean, we like smaller deals. So any deal between, let's say our lowest deal is a $50,000 deal. It's attractive as long as the numbers work, and the client really knows what he or she is doing. That makes the deal attractive. Again, I won't say, I know there are banks or lenders that won't do a smaller deals. We don't turn away smaller deals. So our sweet spot is a deal that's between, like 200 to 300,000. That's our sweet spot, but we'll do the smaller deals and we'll do bigger deals because we could lend up to 3 million. And it could be single family, multi, mixed use. It doesn't matter. As long as it's not straight commercial. We're not doing straight commercial.
Mm-hmm. So basically it's a range. Like your minimum is 50, right?
Yes.
You said your attractive ones is like after the rehab value is at 250 to 300.
So the loan amount. So that would mean that the after repair would come in higher than that amount.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it. So the numbers gotta work, and I mean, the location is fine. You guys are all over.
Yeah, the location is fine. Usually we
Yes.
don't really frown upon anywhere in Philly, so.
Okay. Did that I pretty much that answer your question, but just let me know if you're solid on that. And we can keep moving forward. Cool. What's
Okay.
practice? That's a pretty good question. I love it. Like, we're here for you, okay? Like, we created this time for you to get access to ask your questions right here and there. Like, let's send in an email when you got her face to face.
Exactly. Yeah, and definitely ask the questions, especially if you're a new investor. Like, no question is a stupid question. I'd rather you ask me, up front than we go to close and we start the project and then you're like, well, I didn't know this or I didn't know that. So ask the questions up front. Be honest with your lender.
Yeah, because then it makes you the person responsible for their learning process. Because I can't do it all. I don't know the questions that you're not asking me. Okay,
Yeah.
just do it. Nothing's there. Nothing's there. So I'm solid. I mean, I'm complete. I think I'm exhausted. I didn't exhaust you. I mean, I'm hitting these like crazy, not crazy questions, but engagement. That really threw you for a loop. I love when people ask me like, what questions am I supposed to be asking? You know, I got that before, so I gave it right back to you.
Yeah.
So we're having a great time, and I'm complete. I'm at the point where we're closing.
Yeah. I mean, guys, if there's no other question, then that's fine. Just make sure you have your financials in order. If you're doing an LLC, make sure you have your LLC documents. That's about it. Financials, LLC documents, and a good budget, and we're fine.
All right. No, I told you we're gonna be brief, bright, and gone. We're gonna get to the point. We're gonna save it. You know how to find us. And just follow us and just ask questions. She replies to my DMs too. So do your thing, but not on the weekends. You take off on the weekends.
Definitely.
Amen. All right. Thanks,
All right,
Renee.
thank you so much for having me. All righty.
I got you. Gigi.